Hi, welcome on to Transfer Daily, the show that takes a look at the players that have been linked with a January transfer move to Arsenal today. And quite a few rumours flying around today. A lot of them the same rumours that have been going around this week. But let's take a look at some of the ones that have come up today. First one is a player plays for Lyon, goes by the name of Alexandre Lacazette. I hope I pronounced that right. Alexandre Lacazette. Plays for Lyon, priced about £15 million. He's scored 19 goals in 20 games so far this season, which is very, very impressive. Hence why he's getting linked to many clubs around Europe today, including Arsenal. And the rumour seems to stem from, and again, these are one of these loose ones. The rumour seems to stem from the fact that he's said that he'd love to play in the Premier League. And of course, if he loves to play in the Premier League, you're going to get linked with a move to Arsenal. So he's been linked with a move to Arsenal. Another player that's been linked with a move to Arsenal today is, now I hope I pronounced this right, I'm not very good, but Giovinco. I'm sure Claude out there will be watching this and he'll be able to correct me on my Italian pronunciation. But he's a striker again, plays for Juventus. We were linked with him last season very heavily. He's in the last year of his contract. So once again, hence all the links to loads of clubs around Europe. He's been linked with Spurs, who are apparently very interested in Chelsea, Liverpool, and also us. And I don't know, again, this one seems to be one of those ones where his agent is obviously looking out for him and trying to see what best deal he can get from him. Although, as I said, we have been linked with a move for him before, so you know, hence the links coming back online for this one. What I've got to say on both of these is that I don't know if you saw Arsene Wenger's press conference yesterday. He was asked about strikers and he quite categorically said that he's not interested in any strikers. He's not going to be bringing in any forward players. Ozil's coming back this week. He's got Giroud, he's got Welbeck, and he's not looking to bring in any forwards. He also said that he thinks that he's going to keep Campbell, so he's not looking to bring any forwards in. One player that he did, though, however, say that he's looking to send out on loan, who is a striker at Arsenal, is Yaya Sanogo. Now, we've been hearing about this one all week. Yaya Sanogo is apparently wanted by 2 clubs in the Premier League as well as one in France. He's wanted by Bordeaux in France. They would really, really love to have him, but Arsene Wenger would really like him to go to another club in the Premier League to get Premier League experience. And it seems to be a two-way fight for his signature at the moment between Hull City and Crystal Palace. And I suppose it may boil down to the team where he will go and get the most game time. I think this is a very, very good move. I actually do think that Yaya Sanogo is a decent player, a very, very good prospect who could become a very, very good player. But he needs game time. He needs game time at a club where he's not going to be under the sort of pressures that he's going to be at Arsenal to, you know, just come straight in and immediately make a massive impact and score. And I think that, you know, going to either Hull or Crystal Palace would be a very, very good move. And it looks like it's going to be that's going to happen. One of the weirdest ones that I saw today, this one in the Daily Star, our friends at the Daily Star, it's Chuba Akpom. Of course, he's an Arsenal youngster. He came on last week right at the end of the game. Doesn't get a lot of game time at the moment. But Arsene Wenger, you know, thinks a lot of this kid. Thinks, you know, he's got a future. Now, he's been linked with a move today to Borussia Dortmund, of all clubs. Apparently, Jurgen Klopp has seen him, remembers him from, you know, playing in the youth team and that, and is very, very impressed with him and would like to bring him to Borussia Dortmund. And that is a very, very, very strange link, but that is what is being said today, that Chuba Akpom has been linked with a move to Borussia Dortmund. I can't see that one happening. You know, it wouldn't make no sense for him to go there on loan if he's not going to be getting a lot of game time and starting every week. And would Borussia Dortmund be interested in buying Chuba Akpom? It really seems a bit like a strange link, but that is one of the the rumours going around today. On that, what I was going to do now is I'm going to take a look at some of the rumours that we've had, the transfer rumours that we've looked at about this week, some of the ones that have been floating about this week. There's been some good rumours, rumours that have got legs, and there's been some downright rubbish rumours, right? So let's take a look at some of them. One of the first rumours, one of the biggest rumours this week, was that one of he plays for Saint Etienne. He's a captain, 29 years of age, versatile player, can play as a holding midfielder, and he can also play as a defender if need be. He was strongly linked with a move to Arsenal. Now, I think that this one definitely had legs on it, even though yesterday at Arsenal's press conference about Perrin, Arsene Wenger said there is no moves to bring in Loic Perrin. They're not going to be bringing him in. And I think that could be more to do with the whole price of what they were being asked. You know, they were being asked quite a lot of money to bring him in. He's 29. But I think that there was definitely legs on this. There was definitely a lot of interest from Arsenal. They contacted the player. The player himself even admitted that. So I think that that was a very strong rumour that came out this week that did have legs on it. And remember, not every rumour, not every transfer rumour is going to come through to fruition. It doesn't mean that, you know, just because Arsenal have been linked to a particular player that they're going to automatically sign that player. They're showing interest in a player. But I definitely think there was something in that one. Another player that Arsenal have been linked with is midfielder who plays for Borussia Dortmund. He's currently negotiating his new contract at Borussia Dortmund. His contract runs out, I think it's in 2016, and Dortmund interested in tying him down. Gundogan is definitely looking at options, and Arsenal definitely interested in Gundogan because, you know, he fits what Arsene Wenger wants perfectly. Arsene Wenger's been a long-time admirer of him, and again, I think this one's got legs. Whether it will happen in January or not, I don't know, because again, it's quite a big deal to pull over the line in January. He's Borussia Dortmund, even though they've been doing really badly in the league, they're still in the Champions League, so they may want to keep hold of him. They may not want to let another one of their sort of stars go through the door, considering what happened last season and what's been happening to them this season, until at least the summer. But I definitely think there is interest there from Arsenal in Gundogan, and that is one that you never know could happen. Another one that's been sort of rambling on right since the start of the window opening, and again, I think there is something in this. You don't know whether it's going to happen or not, but that's the wings. Reid on West Ham. Listen, he fits the bill. He'd not be too expensive because his contract runs out in the summer. He would definitely jump at the chance of joining a club like Arsenal, and he's he wouldn't be adverse to playing as the sort of backup defender to Per Mertesacker and to Laurent Koscielny. So that one I definitely think has got something in it. And the other one that I think that's been floating around this week that's definitely got something in it, not sure if it will happen, but it's got something in it, is the Moussa Sissoko one. Again, Arsenal interested in him and reportedly put a bid in for him, which was turned down. Whether it will happen or not, once again, this is not a guarantee to say that these deals are going to happen. But what I'm saying is, I think these are decent rumours where there is an interest from Arsenal in bringing in the player to the club, if it could possibly happen. And it's not been a rumour that has been made up by a newspaper or been, when they put two and two together. Let's look at some of those rumours, though, that to me have been ridiculous rumours this week. And there have been quite a few of them around. The first one that I saw this week, and I'd hardly even mentioned it, I think it was so ridiculous, was Sergio Ramos to leave Real Madrid and come to Arsenal, based off of just the fact that in the game the other night when they played Atletico Madrid, he got there was a penalty given against him where he pulled down a player in the box. He was very angry about it. Said after the game that, if this is the standard of refereeing and that, and you can't get away with anything in La Liga, I'd rather go and play in the Premier League. Maybe that's where I should go and play. That's what he's sort of saying out of anger. Papers, get two and two together. He's a defender. He's a top-class defender. What do Arsenal need? A defender. We're going to link Sergio Ramos to move to Arsenal. Now, I'm sorry, that to me, ridiculous rumour. There is no way that I can see that happening. Listen, you could always eat your words on these things, but I cannot see that happening at all this January transfer window. Another one is Mario Mandzukic. Now, why Atletico Madrid sell Mario Mandzukic? Absolutely ridiculous. They only just bought him in the summer. He's been doing very, very well for them. He's been, he's been an excellent replacement for Diego Costa. They're flying high in the league. They're doing well in the Champions League. The only reason he's been linked with a move to Arsenal and other top clubs around Europe is the fact that they bought in Fernando Torres on loan, who's obviously come in as a backup. But again, newspapers, yeah, that sounds like a good one. We can put that together and we can say that, he's not going to be too happy about this. Who can we link him with? Who needs possibly needs a striker? Arsenal. We link him with Arsenal. We link him with Man United. We link him with etc. etc. Another one this week that, again, sorry, this rumour is just not going to happen. £75 million, the paper said Arsenal are preparing a bid for Isco. Why would Arsenal want to buy Isco for £75 million when they've got Ozil, they've got Cazorla, they've got Oxlade-Chamberlain, they've got, so many players, Ramsey, Wilshere, they've got so many players in that attacking midfield position. Even though Isco is a brilliant player, even though Isco is admired by Arsene Wenger and Arsene Wenger really, really likes him as a player, why would you pay £75 million for him when we could have got Cesc Fabregas back in the summer? And Arsene Wenger said, no, actually, I'm not going to sign him because I think we've already got Ozil here and so many other attacking midfielding players. So again, just could not understand that rumour. But, it's out there flying around. It's got traction for the papers that have raised it, but I can't see that. Next ridiculous one, and this one was ridiculous, Luis Suarez to Arsenal. Based off of the fact that Luis Suarez, again, is not, he started the season there and it's not sort of, hit the ground running like when, say, for instance, he was at Liverpool. So, once again, papers putting 2 and 2 together. Oh, maybe he might want to come back to England. There's been a little bit of turmoil as well at Barcelona. So, maybe he may want to come back to England. He may want to come back to England, or you definitely know that there's a rumour that he's going to come back to England. Again, I'm sorry, that rumour to me got absolutely no legs on it whatsoever. Just one of those ones that's going to get you a lot of a lot of readers in your paper, but no traction, nothing's going to happen with that. And the final one I wanted to tell you about was this one, which when I spoke about it at the time, I said that I think there's absolutely no way this is going to happen. And that is Peter Cech from Chelsea coming to Arsenal. Listen, a lot of Arsenal fans out there thought, he'd be excellent because, let's face it, to me, I still think he's probably the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. Really unlucky not to be starting at Chelsea. Obviously, they're trying to keep Courtois happy. He's younger. But this rumour that Peter Cech was going to come to Arsenal, number one, there is no way that Jose Mourinho is going to strengthen us in that position when, all right, I know we're not exactly a title rival to them right now, but you never know what could happen. We could go on a run and, affect their chances of winning the title, let's say. So there was no way to me that was ever going to happen. And plus as well, Arsene Wenger bought Ospina in the summer to challenge Wojciech Szczesny. Why is he going to go and bring in, another goalkeeper? I just couldn't see it. If anything, it'd be Szczesny maybe dropping out and Ospina coming in for Szczesny. So again, I just couldn't understand that rumour. But this is the time of year where there's loads and loads and loads of rumours floating around. This is transfer season. Some of the rumours have got legs on them. Some of them haven't. And also, let's face it, sometimes there's some rumours that we think are ridiculous at the time that do actually get done. But they're few and far between sometimes, trust me. Let's take a look at a few of the things that you guys have been saying. Clayton Starling says Arsenal will bring in a player for about £10 million and can play centre-back or defensive midfielder. I actually agree there. I think that that's really going to be sort of, you know, the sort of thing that Arsene Wenger might be looking for. A player that can do both positions would be perfect for him, or maybe one of the other, maybe a defender, maybe a defensive midfielder. With the performances of Coquelin recently, the fact that maybe Arteta might be, you know, get back to fitness, etc., he may be looking at it thinking, well, maybe a defender is a priority. But I don't think he's going to bring in a lot this January. Certainly, he's already said yesterday he's not intending to bring in any strikers. Let's see what else we go. MW2HDXV3 says, if Sanogo goes on loan, then we should buy a striker in January. We need depth. Do you agree? Again, I don't think we'll buy a striker, even if Sanogo goes. How Arsene Wenger's looking on it, he's got Giroud, he's got Welbeck. All right, remember, it's one man up front. It's not into how we play. So we don't play two up front where we need to cover two. He's looking at it, he's going, I've got 1-2 strikers there. If anything happens to those two, I've got Alexis Sanchez, I've got Theo Walcott. So he's looking at it like that. I've got 4 strikers that can get me through until the summer, and then if I need to go and get say another striker after that, I can look at it then. I really don't think he'll buy a striker. Of course, he's got Akpom as well, unless he goes to Borussia Dortmund. Ryan Reid says Ramos is one of the best defenders in the world. He will stay at Madrid. Listen, there's no doubt that he's not going to be leaving Madrid. Excuse me. Very, very good defender. Sometimes does make a lot of mistakes, though, like you saw in that game the other night. Can be very rash, gets a lot of red cards. I think Ramos, although he is a very good defender, don't get me wrong, he's a very, very good defender, but I do think sometimes I'm not 100% sure of him. I'm not 100% sure of him as a safe defender, because he gives away so many red cards and so many penalties like he did the other night, stupidly as well many times. George Farquhar says Reid is £7 million, not a penny less. Big Sam said that. Listen, Big Sam is going to say, Sam Allardyce is going to say, yeah, he's £7 million. They know they've got no chance of getting £7 million for a player that's got 6 months left on his contract and can walk away at the end. We're not talking about a world-class player here. We're talking about a good Premier League player. The price will probably be around about 2-3 million max. He's just obviously trying to push the price up there because he knows there's quite a few clubs interested in him. Rothfargar says Schneiderlin, Lacazette and Reid would be the best for this window, and maybe in the summer go for Hummels, Varane and Gundogan, but the first 3 look like a good option this window. Now, if you bring in those 3, how do you then bring in the next 3? I mean, you're starting to get a mega squad. You can't just bring in 3 players, buy them, and then ship them out in the summer. You're going to, you know, so that sort of thought has to go into it as well when you're considering who you're going to buy. Victor says Ramos is a right back. Our priority is should be like a left side. Sorry, he said Ramos is a right-sided centre back. He said our priority is a left-sided centre back like Varane or a defensive midfielder. Makes no sense when I see us bidding for Cavani, Mandzukic, Isco, Suarez and co. Waste of time reading the papers. As I said, listen, it's transfer rumour time. This is what we do in this show. We break down all the rumours for you. We have a look at all of them. We tell you the ones that we think, yeah, that could happen. And the ones that we don't think will happen, we will tell you the truth. I don't think that will happen, but we'll still report on the rumour because it's out there. And a lot of people are looking to find out about these rumours. We try and give a little bit of judgment on it. Hector Dominguez says, Arsenal needs to get Reid. He shouldn't be valued more than £3 to £4 million. If West Ham play hardball, recall Jenkinson, he says. He says also get Mario Suarez on loan from Atletico Madrid and wait until the summer and make a move for Laporte as a long-term partner for Chambers. So he's giving that a lot of thought. I like some of what he's saying there. You know, listen, it is a game of chess in January. It's very difficult to get the players that you want in January as well. because they're already at clubs, and sometimes the good players are either doing very well at the club, like say a Schneidlin, or they're in the Champions League like a Gundogan. It's very difficult. Mohammed Tala says we should go for Socrates from Borussia Dortmund. Would be an amazing buy. I'm not too sure about Socrates. Seen him play for Dortmund. Looks okay, but I just think Winston Reid will be a better fit because he's already playing in the Premier League. James Douglas says Winston Reid is not coming with West Ham challenging us for our position. So, no disrespect to West Ham, I don't think that West Ham are going to be challenging for the top 4. Plus, as well, remember, Arsenal are already in the Champions League, so it will be a great proposition for Winston Reid. I'm just going to do a couple more now. Ryan Rees says Arsenal need a defensive midfielder and 2 centre-backs. Arsene Wenger said, by the way, yesterday he won't be buying 2 centre-backs. If he does, he'll only buy 1. He said we need someone like Reid, Howardis, or Kadira. And Singh with Loden says Schneidlin and Reid is a must. OG12 says the Borussia Dortmund fire sale is coming up. And I'll tell you what, if they don't start picking up some points in the second half of the season, he could be absolutely spot on there. Listen, thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget, we'll be back tomorrow with another Transfer Daily. Of course, tomorrow, Arsenal take on Stoke. It's unbelievable to see all these injured players coming back. Ozil's back. Walcott's coming back. Ramsey's supposedly going to be back tomorrow. So is Flamini. Listen, I've not seen so many fit players in that Arsenal squad for a very long time. I'll be looking forward to that game, especially to see how Ozil performs. You know, is that break from football for 3 months going to revitalise him? Because he obviously came back from the World Cup. He looked knackered. He looked jaded. He just didn't look on it. Maybe that break, I know he's had to recover from quite a bad injury, but maybe that break, like Arsene Wenger said, might give him a fresh impetus, and we might see the real Ozil, which we've all been waiting to see at Arsenal, and it'd be really exciting to see him performing alongside Alexis Sanchez. Thanks for watching the show today, and we will be back tomorrow. Transfer Daily.